Dear viewers, the Pythagorean theorem is something that, wait, you don't know what the Pythagorean theorem is? Click off this video right now. I'm just kidding. The Pythagorean theorem is probably the most well-known and recognized formula amongst mathematicians and students. But wait, what is the Pythagorean theorem? Well, the Pythagorean theorem implies that in a right-angled triangle, if you square two of its sides and add them up, it should give you the hypotenuse squared. That's a very, very bold claim. The formula goes as follows. A squared plus b squared equals c squared being the hypotenuse. But wait, that's a very bold claim. How can we prove that? Fun fact, there are over 300 ways to prove the Pythagorean theorem, and all of them are right, but not all of them are as easy. In this video, I'll show you one of the easiest, if not the easiest method to prove the Pythagorean theorem geometrically. Let's get into it. Now comes probably my favorite part of the video, and that is actually proving the Pythagorean theorem. But how do we do that? Well, there are multiple steps to a good proof. 4 steps to be exact. Let me go over them really quickly. Number 1, analysis. What are you given to complete the proof? What are your circumstances? What is the context? 2, definition. Define what you're going to prove exactly. You need to have a goal in mind and work as efficiently towards hitting that goal. 3, set up and prove. In this step, you're going to want to set up your necessities to prove something. Let's say you want to prove the Pythagorean theorem. Well, if you want to prove it geometrically, you're going to need to do a little bit more, which we're going to see in a second. That's your setup. That's what you want to do to get started. And then comes the proving, which is probably the trickiest part, but not impossible nonetheless. And 4, when you've reached the end, go ahead, reflect, and improve your proof. No mathematician ever wants to get caught making a mistake, right? No, I'm just kidding. Of course you can make mistakes, but make sure you do not make them on your test. You want as high of a score as possible, so that's why I recommend reviewing your proofs, improving when necessary, maybe rewording some things, maybe rewriting some equations, and maybe test your proof out. And what about the Pythagorean theorem? Well, what are we given to prove it? First of all, we are given a triangle. Triangle ABC, which is squared in B. As you can see right here on the image, we have a triangle with a hypotenuse and 2 other sides, the shorter side being A, the longest side being C, and B being 90 degrees wide. It's a right angle triangle. Let's move on. 2. Definition. What do we want to prove exactly? Well, we want to prove that side A squared plus side B squared is equal to side C squared. In essence, that's all the Pythagorean theorem is about. Let's set up our proof and get into it. Let's get into it. Proving the Pythagorean theorem geometrically. This is a geometric proof. We already went over this once, but the given is triangle ABC, which is rectangular at B, 90 degrees wide. And we have to prove that A squared plus B squared is C squared. How do we do that? Well, if you have 4 of these triangles and you line them up, you can form a bigger square. This is the square you'll get. The one you see on the image right here is the bigger square you're gonna get. Well, how do we prove it? I recommend you follow this pattern. The pattern is the area of the big square, and once you have the area of the big square, you must realize that the big square is formed up of smaller components. But what are those components exactly? What are they? Well, to break it down into simpler shapes, you see that we have the 4 triangles, which are exactly the same, they're congruent. And we have a smaller rectangle inside the square rectangle, doesn't matter whatever you call it. I'm gonna mix up the names in this tutorial, probably, do not mind me. We have this rectangle right here in the middle, okay? The square. And we can see that the square has 4 identical sides, but those will matter later on. Right now we have to deduct a pattern here. And the pattern is, the area of the big square is composed of the area of triangle ABC times 4, because there are 4 triangles in our square. And add to that something else. We have to add to that the area of the small square. You can write here a small square, and this is the pattern we have right here, okay? This is a very good starting point to our proof, and we can continue it right away. So what do we have to do right now? Well, the area of the big square, we already know that to calculate the area of a square, you do side squared, okay? And the sides of our big square is not one singular one, it's B and A. And how do you do it? Well, it's very simple and very straightforward. You just add them up. So we're gonna have A plus B here, but we need to square them to get the area, so square them inside parentheses. And then on the other side we have the area of triangle ABC, which is A times B, which we will do right now. So A times B divided by 2 between parentheses times 4, because there are 4 of them, like I said before, plus the area of the small rectangle. And the small rectangle, we already discussed that the sides are identical. It's side C, And to get it, you just have to do side squared, which is c squared in our case, because all of our sides are exactly the same. So we're gonna square c. I think you can see where we're going with this. We're gonna solve it really quickly. So basically what we have to do first is calculate the remarkable products. The remarkable products being a squared plus 2ab plus b squared is equal to a times b times 4 over 2 right here plus c squared. And what you want to do now is just simplify them. So cross these out. You have 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom, but the one you're not gonna write the one. So just continue with a squared plus 2ab plus b squared is equal to 2ab plus c squared plus c squared. Good job so far. We're almost there, and I told you it was gonna be easy. It's one of the easiest proofs ever. And now what you have to do is just, you see we have a similar element here, just these cancel each other out, so just cross these out, and then you've reached the end. You have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And that's the Pythagorean theorem for you right here. So I'm just gonna write it down here. Pythagorean theorem. This is your Pythagorean theorem. And we have proven it. It's amazing. This was a very short and very sweet proof. We can test it out actually. So if you want to test out the Pythagorean theorem, I recommend you choose the numbers 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna let a be equal to 3, b be equal to 4, and c be equal to 5. And then if you do a squared, so you know a squared plus b squared is supposed to be c squared. And so if you do 3 squared plus 4 squared, equals to 5 squared, you're gonna get 9 plus 16 is equal to 25. Is it equal to 25? Yes, it is. 25 is indeed equal to 25. Good job. That's Pythagorean theorem for you. So there you have it. The Pythagorean theorem explained by a 14-year-old. Honestly, this was a lot of fun. I love this proof. I'm sure it's not the best structure it could be. It's not very professionally done, but honestly, it helps you get the essence of the Pythagorean theorem, what it is, how to prove it, where it comes from, and how people realize that in every right angle triangle, if you have one side and another side, and if you square them and if you add them together, you get the longest side squared. That is amazing. That is incredible. Humans are incredible. Math is incredible. If you like a better, more structured approach to this formula, and if you'd like to see more proofs of it, like if you want me to make a compilation of multiple ways you can prove this theorem, please write a comment down below. I read them all and I respond to them all lovingly. Thank you for the support you're giving me. Have a nice day and stay on the Y side. See you in the next one.